Hi, my name is Bill Pickard, and I'm the chairman of the Department of Clinical Research, and I'd like to welcome you to our online master's program in clinical research. I want to give you a little bit of the history of our program. We're 14, 15 years old now. We started with a bachelor's degree, which is still here. It's a seated program at our campus in Buies Creek. And at one time, we had a long setting of having a seated program up in a remote distance learning campus site up in Research Triangle Park, where we had access to employees of a lot of the big clinical research organizations and other big pharma. And it was an evening program, so they actually came to sit with us at night. And with that, it was convenient. And as time went on and online education became more popular, we transitioned over a few years our seated program to an online program, which is the right thing to do in this setting. We have done this meticulously, and I always like to brag about our faculty because they've done a superb job. We've learned a lot about online education just across the board, and there are right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it. And we tried to do everything the right way, and I am very, very proud of the end result of where we are. We're at a point now where the courses are pretty much set, and we use a combination of full-time faculty as well as adjunct faculty members. All of the full-time faculty have some background in clinical research that's varied, so they bring something to the table. And adjunct faculty members are kind of unique because many are in the clinical research industry, and they bring something to the table that they did that day at work. And that's fascinating when you're talking about a classroom situation, seated or online, that you have somebody that actually was talking to the Food and Drug Administration that way. The thing that's going internationally, and there's international moves to have anybody that touches clinical research to have formal training in clinical research. And there's actually a startup of having accreditation processes for courses in clinical research. And even though there are other clinical research programs out there, we've investigated those and we work with a lot of those that are online, and we think we're on top of all those programs, and we can plan to continue that way. So a little advice is dedicate time to this. Many of you are probably working professionals. You may have families as well. So you can't forget about your families, especially. You can't forget about your jobs. So don't overdo. A lot of times there's tendencies to want to complete a program as fast as you can. And if you have that kind of time, do that. But also be very, very careful, because if you've ever taken online courses before, it can be very time consuming. So these 8-week segments, you can be very, very busy. So make sure you pace yourself correctly with the number of hours that fit your personal lifestyle. And anytime you need help, you can not only come to any of our administrative staff or myself, but all our faculty members. Anytime you're struggling with a course especially, always interact with your faculty member, because that's very, very important in any level of education, in any format of education. Is faculty members are usually feel what they're doing is a calling. It's not just a job, and they want to mentor you, and they want to mentor you for that reason of getting you a job. And the reason we're especially excited about the degree programs we have is just what I said, jobs. And there are many, many jobs out there that are well paying, whereas even in some other medical professionals, those are getting very competitive for jobs. So our hope for you is that we groom you, we turn you on to something that's a very exciting area of clinical research. We try to teach you all those areas and give you exposure to those. And hopefully one of our faculty members will really get you passionate about one, and that will be your